Next one, I want to go for what here? Object-oriented programming system, or we can say object-oriented programming structure. Within 20 minutes, we can finish the class. You already know this. We already learned in Java. So tell me, object-oriented means a technology or language said to be object-oriented if it supports following features. What are those? Class, object, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So any technology supports these features, then that technology is a object-oriented programming system, or it's a programming structure. But one thing is there here. JavaScript will not consider as a object-oriented. It is considered as a object-based programming language. So let me say here, JavaScript is not a object-oriented programming language. Okay, it is a object-based programming language. Please understand. It's an object-based programming language. So, okay, sir, it is supported by, yes, JavaScript supports all this it supports: class, object, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism also. So now we need to see one by one what is class, how to create a class, how to create object in JavaScript. We will see that one. So see here, first I will go to the what here class only. A JavaScript class is not an object. Sir, why are you telling that JavaScript class is not an object? Because I told you just now, JavaScript is an object base. Everything is object. For example, array is an object, string is an object, date is an object, regular expression is an object, math is an object, set is an object, map is an object. Yes, sir, tell me. All are objects. But sir, class is an object? No. JavaScript class is not an object. It is a template for JavaScript objects. It's a design template. And use the class keyword to create a class. So what JavaScript is telling, simple words I will tell you. JavaScript is telling it is a template for a class. Sorry, template for object. So tell me, if anyone says, what is JavaScript class? Tell me, it is a template for JavaScript objects. Object. Or you can say objects or object. That is what class. And one more thing it is. To declare a class keyword we need to use. You can declare any name. But name always starts with uppercase. Finish, class over. Over class. Next. Next is what we need to go for. What is constructor in JavaScript? You know, a JavaScript constructor is a special type of method which is used to initialize and create an object. It is called when memory is allocated for an object. The constructor keyword is used to declare a constructor method. A class can contain one constructor method only. So see what is telling, you know. JavaScript is telling array. It is a special type of method which is used to initialize an object. So when constructor will execute when we create object. When object is created, constructor will be called in JavaScript. Same like Java. But to declare a constructor, we should use constructor keyword. Open close bracket like this. So this is called constructor and it is known as what is special type of function or special type of method. And one class can have how many constructors? One constructors only. But in Java, we can write multiple, zero argument, parameterize, constructor overloading na. Having same constructor name with different parameters in a single class. But here we need to declare only one constructor. Okay, sir, we got an idea. So that only I'm telling, if anyone says what is constructor, a JavaScript constructor is a special type of method which is used to initialize and create an object. It is called when memory is allocated for an object. A constructor keyword we need to use. Remaining you know very well. To declare a constructor, we need to use constructor keyword. We should keep open close bracket, like that one class can have one constructor only. Okay, now we need to go for what? What is object in JavaScript? So JavaScript object is an entity having states and behaviors, guys. States and behaviors means what here? Properties and methods. Properties and methods. For example, what I'm going to give you here, variable, object, new object. Sir, I didn't understand, sir. So I will give you an example so that you can understand easily. In this constructor, I will give you one example. One simple dummy message I will write. Document dot write ln hello constructor. I'm writing this. So tell me, there is a one class, there is a one constructor. So tell me, I want to run this code. Run. Output came up. Why output not came, sir? When constructor will execute, sir? When we create an object. Yes, sir, tell me. So what is object I told? What is the object I told? Object is a, tell me, object is a entity having states and behaviors. So please understand, if you want to execute this constructor, compulsory we need to create object. Same like Java. So how to create object? Objects always we will create outside of the class. Outside of the class, we need to create object. How to do? Variable obj is equal to new example. So this is the object I created. So whenever I create object for new example, what will execute? Constructor. Now you can see this. Refresh. Or how many constructors, how many objects I am creating? How many objects I am creating? 3 I am creating. How many times constructor will execute? 3 times. So same like Java definition only about constructor. Now I want to go for the next one. I want to give you parameter also, parameter. So this constructor is a which argument, guys? 0 argument constructor, na? I want to go for parameterized constructor. Here I will give what your name. Otherwise I will give what? ID. If you give ID, give ID here. 101, 102, 103. And here you print ID, sir. ID you print. And what I'm taking? BI. How many times I am calling? 3 times. With same ID, different ID. Fresh. Parameterized constructor, your wish. If you want to take 0 argument, you can take 0 argument. Parameterize, you can take what here? Parameter. But remember, one class can have only one constructor. You take either 0 or you take parameterize. Okay, sir, we got an idea. We understood. Now we need to go for what here? Abstraction. You know very well abstraction, right? Hiding the internal implementation, highlighting the set of services is called abstraction. I gave you the best example is GUI ATM machine, where bank people will hide the complete internal implementation and they will highlight the set of services called banking, withdrawal, mini statement, balance inquiry, language option, money transfer. So this is known as what here? Abstraction. Understood what is abstraction, everybody? So can you give me one example of abstraction apart from GUI ATM machine? Coffee machine, calculator, mobile phone. Yes or no, tell me. I will tell you guys. One thing I want to give you some general knowledge. You people don't know actually, let me give you. customer interface and developer interface. So recently what happened, in Cognizant, so I was attending one seminar. So I get to know about customer interface and developer interface. So let me explain to you people. What is customer interface and what is developer interface? Assume that I am a customer of any bank. Okay, assume that it is talking about banking application. So assume that I am the customer of a bank and I am an employee. Employee always be in touch with a bank account because every month he will get what? Salary. EMIs will go, EMIs will be there. All salary will go, that is different story. For employee, the main important thing is what is salary on time. So assume that whenever salary comes to an employee, where he will go? He will go to the bank or he will go to the ATM? ATM machine. It will go to the ATM. So he will go to the what here? ATM. So there he can find that person, assume that he is the person here. And you know very well there is something will be there here. The options will be there here. Assume that some options will be there. And here for card will be there here. Card we will insert here. And remaining the what here? Set will be there here. Remaining set will be there. From below we will get the what here? Cash. So now tell me, first of all, what user will do? User will comes. Okay. No, he is going there. So what user is doing first? User is inserting the what here? Card. So assume that this is a card is available with us. We will insert the card. So once if we insert the card, so this is a customer, guys. This is a user, end user. So end user will insert. So whenever it is inserting, so we will get some options, right? What we will get? Banking, withdrawal, okay, mini statement, balance inquiry. Enough. Balance inquiry. Some options will come whenever he is inserting. And he will go to the what here? Particular options based on the requirement. So this is known as what here? Customer interface. Understand my point? Customer interface will looks like this. So it will give you all the options, your requirements. Similarly, developer also having its own environment, guys. Interface, sorry. Developer also having its own interface. So what they will do, they will go for what here? Interface ATM. And the first method will be there here, public Boolean. So we will go for what here? Banking. Public, here I can go for what here? Longer. Let's say I'm going for what here? Withdrawal. With what here? Pin code. Okay. Then we have what here? Public long. Here I'm telling what here? String. What I'm displaying? Mini statement. Here also it will take what here? Pin code. And the last one it will comes public. Here also I'm giving string. Balance inquiry. Here also it will take what here? Pin code. Assume that. So now got an idea. So you need to understand what is the interface for the developer and what is the interface for what? Customer. So now tell me, tomorrow when you are going for a company as a developer, so directly you are dealing with the code or you are dealing with the interface? We are dealing with interface. Customer is not interacting with the bank people directly. Customer is dealing with interface. So similarly, the same situation is applicable for us also. So when you join to a company, they will give you an interface and we need to use that interface and we need to do the implementation. That's why this interface, it is also known as SRS. What it is? SRS. SRS means service requirement specification. I told you na difference, sir. What is the difference between, in Java I told you what is the difference between abstract class and interface. I told if we depend upon specification, then we need to use interface. If we depend upon partial implementation, then we need to go for abstract class. So tell me, this is specification only, na? Which is specification? Service requirement specification. So please understand, for both we have a developers, interfaces. Understood my point here, no? So same thing we are developing. They will give interface, we will write the logic, that the same logic will be appear on customer interface. Understood my point here, no? So this point you need to understand. So this is very, very, very important for us. So same I am telling, abstraction is nothing but hiding the internal implementation and they are just showing the set of, highlighting the set of services. That is abstraction. You can give any example. Just for general knowledge, I am telling you. Anyhow, for abstraction, there is no definition in JavaScript. Sorry, there is no program in JavaScript. Only definition. Why? Because we will use in encapsulation. So now we will go to the what here? Encapsulation. You know very well encapsulation, the process of wrapping properties and functions within a what? Single unit. So we are keeping our variables as well as functions in a single place. And to achieve encapsulation in JavaScript, we need to use where keyword for every data member's private and use setter method to set the data and getter method to get the data. So JavaScript is telling, array, if you want to create a encapsulation program, na, so your variables must be where. Okay, must be declared as where, not let, not constant. Where we need to declare. So now that is the reason. What I want to explain, I will give you here. So don't worry, I will explain everything to you. So we have a setters, we have a getters, that is not important. Focus. I will explain here. Let's say I will go for what? A class employee. Sorry, I declare class employee. Now you have an option, sir. You have an option. What is the option is available, you know? We need to declare our variables. We need to declare our variables. So how many variables I want? Assume that 3 variables. So what we can do, you know, all variables we are declaring either in setter method. Otherwise, we can declare inside the constructor, your wish. I will not force you. But setter method means you need to write first setter, second setter, 3 setter, 4 setter. Means how many variables are increasing? Setters will also increase. So better avoid using the setter in Java also. You can use parameterized constructor. So what I want? ID, name and address. Assume that. Salary you can take. Employee, na, employee salary. Sir, how to declare variables? Variables not declared. This is only parameters. How to declare variable means this dot ID is equal to ID. This dot name is equal to name. This dot salary is equal to salary, like this. So writing parameterized constructor is nothing but writing setter methods. Otherwise, you need to write like this. Set ID, this dot ID is equal to ID. Only how many setter I wrote? Only one setter. Similarly, I need to write for name. I need to write for salary. So that is good, or constructor is good directly? Constructor is good. Understood the difference? Same is applicable for Java, same is applicable for JavaScript. So don't think that setter is required. We can take parameterized constructor. Using that also we are storing the data. Okay, sir. Now I want to call getter method. Getter we need to call individually. First word here, get ID. What I will say, return this dot what? ID. Tell me next. Get name. Return dot this name. Get sal. Return dot what? Sal. Now tell me I need to create an object. Which object? We should create inside the class, outside the class? Outside the class. Variable is equal to new employee, and total how many parameters? 3 parameters. You need to pass, sir. 101 Allen 1000. Now tell me, do you get data? No. We need to call which method? Get ID, get name, get salary. We have a reference here, E. So we can say document dot write ln E dot get ID. Then I can show for BR. Next is what here? Get name, get salary. Refresh. Coming or not coming? Yes. So please understand here. So same like what here, encapsulation, same what you did in Java, same you need to convert into what? JavaScript. But here also same, there also same. If you don't want to take setter method, remove. Instead of that, what we can use? Parameterized constructor. Here also we can use the same. Okay, sir, we got an idea. So we understood about encapsulation also. So encapsulation is a process of wrapping the properties and functions within a single unit. So remember, class is a template of an object. Object is a collection of states and behaviors. Construct is a special method which is used to create an object. And abstraction, hiding internal implementation and highlighting the set of services. Encapsulation means the process of wrapping properties and functions within a single unit is called what here? Encapsulation. So learn one definition, guys. One definition, simple definitions. Okay, sir, we got an idea. We understood about this one. Now immediately, I want to go to the what here, the next concept that will be the last one of today's class. Last session of JavaScript.